Today we're going to talk about the need for food for so many families in our state. My guest is somebody who knows about this all too well. He is president and CEO of Food Share, Jason Jakubowski. Jason, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, Ann. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. You do important work.
Well, thank you.
All right, bring us up to date. What is the food insecurity number in arguably the richest state in the country?
Yeah, no, right now, we actually just announced a few weeks ago, every year Feeding America comes out with state-by-state numbers in terms of where food insecurity is at. And here in Connecticut, the number went from about 400,000 people to about 480,000 people.
Percentage-wise?
About a 23% increase year over year. And it's difficult. It's a difficult situation. The worst part is we went from 1 out of every 9 children being food insecure to 1 out of every 6 children.
So we're talking about almost a quarter of the state.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's huge.
It's a very difficult reality when, again, as you pointed out, I mean, we are one of the, if not the richest state in the country. There's a tremendous amount of wealth in Connecticut, but people forget there's also a tremendous amount of poverty.
How is it that Food Share does its work? How do you get monies? How do you operate?
Well, we are wholly thankful to the people of Connecticut, to corporations here in the state of Connecticut for supporting us. And you know, about 65% of our money comes from individual donors. About another 25% comes from corporations across Connecticut. So we do only as good or as little or as much as the people of Connecticut allow us to do. So that is a big piece of it. The other piece of it is about 75% of our food comes from the Connecticut food industry, from grocery stores, supermarkets, and we're very thankful for that. We're very appreciative of that. But the cost of food has gone up. We have to go out and buy more food these days than because the lines are getting so much longer, and that requires more donations.
Do you find yourself falling short?
So look, we've never run out. We have never run out of food. Even in the worst days of the pandemic, we have never run out of food. But there are definitely days. You know, today was one. I was talking to my chief operating officer, and last week was one of those weeks where we distributed more food than what we took in, which means we've got to make up the difference by going out and purchasing food. And as you know, I mean, even when we're buying food in bulk, it's still more expensive than it was a couple of years ago.
And you know what? Children cannot learn if they are hungry.
100%, absolutely 100%. And so we're coming up upon summer. Summer is the worst time of the year for food.
I was just going to ask you that, because people think about food around the holidays.
They think of the holidays. You're right. Yeah, you think of the holidays because you think of the turkeys that we're lugging outside and everything. But it's the summer. Summer is the hardest time of the year for doing what we do, because you've got students that are in school. They're used to 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 meals a day at school, and now they're out of school, and that's down to 0 overnight. So the summer is always the hardest time of the year for what we do and what our pantries do across the state.
All right, so how does the community at large help you do your job? Because this is a big job.
It is a big job. We're very thankful. We have more than 5,000 volunteers every single year. We couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. We also couldn't do what we do without the support of just average folks here in the state of Connecticut, whether it's individuals, whether it's corporations, whether it's philanthropic organizations, foundations, or media outlets like Channel 8. You guys are always there for us.
We love that.
You guys are there for us every year at Thanksgiving time. But the need is year-round, and people can go to ctfoodshare.org, and they can either sign up to volunteer or they can make a donation.
Jason, thanks so much. We've
Absolutely.
only started this conversation. I appreciate it so much, and for what Food Share does. All right. And if you'd like to know more about Food Share, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.